Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm a bit late for this video. I've been focusing a lot on challenges, and plus there's been some events going on in a couple other games that I've been trying to take advantage of. So while I'm trying to do this next challenge to get 6 skill checks using the perk, get a great skill check with the perk This Is Not Happening equipped, which I should have gotten last game, but I was off by 1, I think, because I thought I had it done, and I did not. So now I have to do it all over again. Yay! Anyway. So, I wanted to make a little video. Since I haven't made a Survivor video, I figured I'd splice this in. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the confirmation we received from the devs about the Doctor. Now, we don't know everything still. They say they're going to release a full list of notes sometime after Christmas, I believe. Somewhere near the 31st. I guess just like they did with the nurse, explaining all the changes and whatnot, what we can expect from the PTB. So, here's what we know. Based on the... If you saw my last video, you saw that we saw that several add-ons for the Doctor have been changed. Now, supposedly, he's getting more changes done to him than the nurse did, which means that he's probably getting all of his add-ons changed and not just the ones we saw. So that means we probably only saw part of what's to come. Although... well, maybe, maybe not, because the add-on effects on the Iridescent King were still the same, except for that one extra one. So maybe, maybe not. I guess we'll just have to see on that. But anyway, onto what we really know is the Doctor is, of course, getting changed, and the Static Blast has a 60-second cooldown. So we now know, I've said it was going to be around a minute, and sure enough it was. It's a 60-second cooldown. We also know that getting hit with the Static Blast hits you with enough madness to fully tear you up once. So that means, yes, if you get hit with the Static Blast, you're going up into another tier. Now, this in itself has late game potential, as once you get into tier 2 madness, you can't go back into tier 1, which means if you get hit by the Static Blast at any point beyond that, the Doctor gets a little bit more slowdown on you. So that's pretty nice. It's also good for the tracking tool, like I mentioned. Well, sort of. More like BMing flashlighters more than anything. But I can definitely see a few moves you could make with it mid-match, especially on smaller maps. The shock therapy. Now, this was the big one that I was wondering about in my last video, because I said that with this change, Doctor's losing a lot with the loss to his static field. But if they remove the stance swapping, then I would actually consider it a buff for him. And sure enough, the devs have confirmed stance swapping is no longer a thing. You will be able to zap at 115 speed at all times. And they've also increased the width of the shock at base slightly, but in exchange they've nerfed the add-ons, which increase his range slightly, I believe, and they also don't go as wide as they would make it before. So we'll have to test that out. I'm slightly worried about the nerf to the range. But we don't know for a fact if his base kit was changed any, but I don't think so, in that regard anyway. They did say that there was more that we haven't seen yet, but but on that note, he is moving at 115. He doesn't have to swap stances, and he doesn't have to go 110 and slow himself down in 110 to fire his shock therapies. So perhaps the reduction to range actually won't be so bad. It might actually be decent now, despite the slight loss of range, because you won't lose as much distance as you did before, and it takes less time to prepare for your shock. So that's nice. We also know, I believe, if you watched the previous video, you'll saw that I saw the scrap tape add-on had changed its effect, and I'm like, wow, that's actually kind of cool. Well, it turns out that is not the change for the scrap tape. In fact, the scrap tape is being scrapped, as they put it, and that description, I believe, was for Doctor's new iridescent add-on, known as the Iridescent Queen. So that was his second iridescent add-on we got a sneak peek preview of. So I think that's pretty rad. Let's see if we can keep the spirit busy a bit longer. Oh, that's why she came over here. Her totem's here. Well, sucks to be her. Oh. Ooh. Alright, she got me. Now's the part where she's gonna... Oh. Here's the part where I'm gonna get stuck in a wall and die. Alright, she overshot me. I completely fucked that up. Oh! And I fucked this up too. God damn it. Oh well. Considering how many fuck-ups I made, I deserve to get caught a long time ago. But this guy is making a few of his own. So yeah, that is his new, that was the description for his new Iridescent add-on, the Iridescent Queen. So that's pretty rad of an ability by itself, if you ask me. Of course I'm doing this challenge where I have to be injured whenever I'm facing a spirit. Couldn't have done it, and last round it was an Oni. So, as you can imagine, my luck is very crappy at the moment. There we go, that's one. Damn it, I missed it. She doesn't have ruin up anymore, I forgot about that. Oh my. Well. And of course, as luck would have it, Decisive was the perk I took off to get this challenge done. So it looks like I won't be getting it done this time either. That's awesome. So thank you for tunneling, Spirit. I appreciate you. Oh well. Back to the doctor though. We've let's see, what else was there? Oh right, we also know that the Static Blast, when you charge it up, will take 2 seconds to fire. So that's a bit of a long charge up. That could be troublesome. Hopefully not too... And here she is. She's coming back already. Like... Okay. Oh my goodness. Why do I always have to have the laggy damn skill checks? Doing this challenge is annoying enough. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, I'll just work on this gen. I hate this challenge, I really do. I hate this perk. But, you know, as luck would have it. Okay. So let's go over here to another gen. I've only done one, I have to hit 5 more. Alright. Things we also have to look for. So that's all that has been pretty exciting news for me. And also, I think some of the biggest news out of all this, for me personally, is the fact that the Doctor is getting his own chase music in this patch, which is huge. This is completely out of nowhere. The devs, like, when people were begging a couple months ago for the devs to start working on giving chase music to all the killers, thanks to some popular YouTube videos, that we were told that it wasn't gonna that they weren't currently working on it. But now, not only are they, but now Doctor is getting his, and not only that, but they've said that this is the start of them attempting to get chase music to all the killers. They can't promise at a specific time frame. They are saying that they're attempting. Well, I'm not gonna be able to get this challenge done. They're attempting to do it in between, like. Changes and minor, you know, polish ups for the killers. So, like, I'd say around every mid-chapter patch is their current goal. That's what they're going to attempt to do, but they can't guarantee it. And the Spirit disconnected. Well, that's a pity. Oh well, I wasn't getting my challenge done anyway. It's probably going to rob me of all my blood points, though, isn't it? Goes to show you, no matter how rough a match starts, you can always turn it around really easily, and it also shows generators take no time at all to get done. It is absolutely absurd. Then again, Spirit is kind of rough at the moment because not only is she bugged with her post-phase speed, apparently, but on top of that, the sounds for Killer are bugged, where when you're in chase, sounds will sometimes completely vanish. Nurse is calling and all that. Yeah, rough game, very rough game. So, I'm pretty excited about this, and I imagine all of you are too. And they said that they finally decided to put their nose to the grindstone on this because the Demogorgon had his own chase music when he was released. People loved it. And then, once again, the Oni came out with his own chase music. People loved it. And that is that has basically told them, alright, the community really wants this, we'll start working on it. And I'm very happy they have taken this stance on it. Because, like I said, this is something the community's been wanting for a while, and thanks to John Robb and a few other talented music artists on YouTube, people have been craving that music. Because the basic Killer chase music, it's not really that exciting. It's alright, you know? But it's just not as thrilling as when you get that own personal chase music. It gives the Killer that sense of identity and just that unique feel to them in a chase, you know? And plus, with such a wide diversity of Killers in the cast, there's no telling what kind of music they'll have made for them. But then, and as for the Doctor, I'm actually hopeful about this. When I first saw the changes, I was mortified when they were first leaked, because I thought, when I heard his stance swapping was gone in exchange for some kind of cooldown ability, it's just like, well, damn. It's like, first we didn't know, how much madness did it give you? Was it just the same as a normal shock therapy? And if so, well, that's kind of a crappy deal there. And if it was, and how long is the cooldown? Because a cooldown ability like that is going to be on a semi-long cooldown. 1 whole minute. That's one of the longest I think that's the longest cooldown on a Killer power in Dead by Daylight. So we got to be very careful on that one. And I'm hoping that the add-on changes for Doctor prove to be as interesting and remain to be as interesting as the ones we've seen. If there are more, I hope we see more interesting add-ons like the ones we've already seen, and hopefully better even. So that's pretty amazing. I'm hoping that the devs kind of get a winner this time, because after the nurse, nobody really liked that change much except for the people who never play her. The Spirit changes were decently done, and then now the Oni and Freddy got nerfed slightly. Well, Freddy, I guess, was slightly nerfed just because all he lost was a couple add-ons, even though I think it was completely unnecessary, especially after seeing just how powerful the add-ons were, and they weren't even as strong as I thought. But the Oni, he got hit pretty hard, and they're still working on the back end, they haven't even started with the actual live gameplay designers. They haven't even started getting their hands on the new type of Oni yet, so maybe we'll see something by this mid-chapter patch. We're definitely not getting it in a hotfix, because just the other day they said they hadn't even started on implementing it into live yet, so we have a little bit of time to wait on that, and until then Oni's going to feel kind of clunky. Hopefully after the change he'll feel significantly better and he'll be back to sort of his old self again. But in the meantime, the Doctor has got himself more than he bargained for. Because this is a semi-rework, even though they're not calling it that. It's like, they don't want to call it a rework, and I'm like, dude, you're literally changing half his power. I'd call this a bit of a rework. Just because you're not completely throwing the power out the window doesn't make it a rework. I mean, shit, what you did to Legion was a rework, and you didn't really change hardly anything about him. You changed a few numbers and changed how Deep Wound works. Well, I guess you also changed a couple add-ons. But I digress. Also for the Legion, that actually reminds me, since I'm on the subject, I've been talking a bit about the live stream. And I wanted to talk about Doctor, but since I've basically gone over everything we know about Doctor, at least until now, keep an eye out for that patch note, or whatever you want to call it, that summary of the Doctor's new and hopefully improved shape, whenever that will be released soon. We've also got Legion. Legion was brought up in their questionnaire because people are not happy with the current changes to Legion, and people have been calling it a nerf. I don't think it's necessarily a nerf, but I definitely agree on one thing: it was not what he needed at all. The only good thing that came out of it was the change to the Legion pins, and even then, the changes were not as good as I thought they were going to be to begin with. Like, they made it to, I thought it was going to be every time you hit someone with a frenzy, but now it's after you hit the first person with the frenzy. So the add-ons are actually still worse than we thought they were going to be. Which is, it's just downright silly. I don't know why they go through all this extra crap they're just trying to make everything as weak as possible. It's just like, come on now. Think a little bit. Anyway, so they addressed community concerns involving the Legion, and they understand, and they knew full well, that the changes to how frenzy attacks are no longer counted as basic attacks would make it to where Sloppy Butcher and Save the Best for Last do not synergize with Legion as well anymore. And they knew it was going to be impactful on his performance because that reduced his perk synergy, therefore reduced his maximum optimum playstyles, yada yada yada. But they said that now, this will probably take a while though, because they don't have anything planned just yet. But they did say that now that they have Deep Wound in a spot where they are confident that it cannot be abused or exploited by either side, with this new change to Deep Wound, which literally makes it do nothing, by the way. I mean, let's be blunt. It doesn't do anything. It's a downside that's not a downside. It's an extra 8 seconds on your heal. And even then, it's so easy to speed up healing these days. But anyway, they say now that they have the Deep Wound to a point where Legion's not going to break the game anymore, they can finally try to give him some lethality of some kind. I'm hoping they do this in the form of a secondary power, which would be the best way to do it, I think, and still keep Legion Legion. But we won't know until it gets here. Now then, let's see if I can't get this damn challenge done. This challenge has been a real pain in my ass. Oh, shit. Aww. I thought I was gonna make that. Oh well. Talk about bad luck to get spawned basically right next to Ghostface. Alright, you go that way, I'll go this way. Alright, he's broken the pallet. I don't like how they darken these windows. On maps like this that have dark exteriors, it's very misleading. Is this guy really going to chase me this whole time? Alright. Let's see if maybe I can get him around this car. Okay, no. Thank goodness. He is after someone else now. Now that I'm injured, hopefully I can get this challenge done. Alright, that's 1. 2. 3. This is also helping with the Hex Ruin a little bit, funny enough. Please don't come over here. Okay, there he is. He's going that way. I'm gonna work on this gen a little longer. 4. 5. Hey, Meatcakes, I'm making a video at the moment. Yeah. Just was going over a summary of the dev live stream, and I'm also showing people how annoying it is to get these challenges done for the Rift. I hope I'm gonna save this guy. Alright. I apologize for leaving you on the hook so long, my friend. I was trying to get my challenge done. You don't understand how badly I want to get this done. Alright, Ghostface is putting that guy in the basement. Looks like that guy's saboing a hook. Kindred is a freaking ridiculously good perk. I mean, look at all this information I get. I know where Ghostface is going. I know where he's been. I know where my teammates are at. It's just... wow. Just wow. Oh, there's Ghostface. Let's try to be sneaky while injured. That'll totally work out, right? Shit, he's coming closer. He's here. Yep. Alright. Let's make this interesting. Oh. Got a bit of distance on him. He mind-gamed himself. Ooh. Oh. Too close, too close, too close. Oh man, he might get me here. Yep, he might. Unless I... Nope. I hit it too early. He was waiting for it. God damn it. Alright, let's see if this guy saboed enough hooks to keep me out of a hook. Nope, never mind. Oh, nope, maybe. Oh, no, he's gonna make it to this hook. He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it. No. Oh, wow, really? If I were the killer, that would have totally nailed me. Come on, I just need one more skill check with this perk and hit a great. That's all I ask. The teammates are actually burning through these gens pretty quickly, despite the fact that Ruin has been up this entire time. Against a Ghostface, no less. I need a gen. Holy crap. Okay, so there's a gen over there. Ruin is probably down there in the basement. There's Ghostface. Hopefully he can't see me. Alright, I'm not within barbecue range, so I'm good to go. So let's watch where he goes, make sure he leaves. Wait for it. Okay. Looks like for the moment we're alright. So, we need to get out of here. I would heal you, but Ghostface is probably already creeping his ass back here with no terror radius. Or he'll have his terror radius not turned off and walk back anyway? Sure. No, I don't want healing yet, Fang. I need to get a skill check. I've never wanted a skill check more in my entire life. And I've never had such a hard time getting one. Oh, thrilling tremors. Are you kidding me? Oh, good. He had decisive. Okay, come on. Oh, there goes his ruin. I'll just cleanse this while I wait for this to go away. That way, if he has no ed, he's getting hit by that. And he brought Ghostface over to us, didn't he? Oh. Okay, he wasn't close enough to hear me break the totem. Alright, I'm going for it. I do not want healing yet, Fang. Fang, move. Move. I will gladly let you heal me once I get this skill check. Damn it. More skill checks, please. Pretty please. Oh, crap, he's dead. Alright. Well. Not good. Ghostface a bit of a tunneler, is he? Alrighty. Finally, number 6. Got it. I should have brought a way to heal myself, honestly, but I'm psychopathic like that. Where? Oh, where? Oh, Ghostface exposed somebody. Let's try to hit a few more of these skill checks just in case I miscounted or whatever. There we go. Another great skill check. This perk really isn't that bad. It's just not my forte. If I had a build centered around it, yeah, I could definitely see this being a crazy good perk. Alright. Well, at this point, I just have to basically pray he doesn't have no-ed. Although there is that one totem down in the basement. So if there is a no-ed, I guarantee it'll spawn there. one person gen. Let's get going. Nope. Didn't hit that one. Alright. Hit a skill check on that one. Oh. Well then. Teammates were cranking them gens too. Nice. On the flip side, these doors are pretty close together. Let's hope he's checking that other one. At least I have to... Oh, no I don't. Oh, and he DC'd. Please tell me that didn't just deny my challenge. For the love of everything nice and holy, please tell me that his rage quitting did not just cost me my challenge. I'll be very, very disappointed if that's the case. Because this is the second killer in a row to DC. I don't know the last time I've seen a killer DC lately. And yet this is the second time in a row when I'm doing a challenge. Ah, people these days. Moment of truth time. Come on, please load up. Oh, I got my blood points. That's a good sign. Yes, it counted. Thank goodness. Alright. Well now. And with that, that concludes my little summary video, the part 2 to the discussion over the Doctor and his changes, as well as a few other things the devs mentioned during their dev Q&A. I really hope you found this information helpful, and I hope it brings you a bit more excitement for the future content. I mean, I know it's certainly put my mind at ease just a little bit. Anyhow, I thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace.